Hello, this is Tim Kreitzer, the Atlantic County Shared Service Coordinator. I know many of you participate in shared service agreements that save your taxpayers money and help you operate more efficiency and improve services. I want to remind you of the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Local Efficiency Achievement Program, commonly known as LEAP. This is a program to incentivize government agencies to engage in shared services agreements with other cities, authorities, school districts, fire districts, or the county. There are three different types of LEAP grants you can take advantage of. Challenge grants. These are grants that promote and produce shared services of greater significance than is customary experienced and out-of-the-box thinking. These grants are up to $150,000 per county and a maximum of 3 awards per county. The second are implementation grants. These are grants to cover startup costs to facilitate shared service agreements. Government entities can receive 75% of the startup cost, up to $400,000. And the third are school consolidation studies. School districts can receive up to $250,000 to pay for consolidation studies. Local officials, when considering a LEAP application for shared services, often look to other municipalities. However, please consider shared services with your Board of Education as well. Egg Harbor Township thought outside the box and did a shared service agreement with their Board of Education to share the athletic field at the high school. The agreement shared the cost of lighting the field as well as maintenance. The high school used the field after school, and the recreation department used it at nighttime and on weekends. They received a $400,000 LEAP grant to help pay for the lights on the athletic field. You will hear from the Egg Harbor Township Mayor in this video on how they took advantage of the LEAP program. Most of you have participated in the LEAP application, either as a lead entity or a participating one. Atlantic County continues to be in the forefront in the number of awarded grants and the dollar amounts awarded. Thanks to all of you who have supported and engaged in shared services to the benefits of your communities. We have interviewed some of your fellow elected officials to share their experiences with shared services and the LEAP program, how they save money and improve efficiencies. We created this video that we call the Atlantic County Shared Service Roadshow. So let's take the show on the road. Hello, this is Tim Kreitzer, your Atlantic County Shared Service Coordinator with our Shared Services Roadshow. Today we're in the city of Pleasantville with Mayor Judy Ward. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for being here.
Atlantic County government, through the Atlantic County Cooperative, allows municipalities to purchase goods at a rate lower than what they would pay on the open market. Mayor, I know that Pleasantville recently took advantage of this program. Can you explain to our listeners what it was?
Yes, one of the things that we took advantage of was the gas program. The gas program, for the past 2 years, we've been buying from the county, and it saved us $40,000, whereas before we were going to a private, and that makes a big difference for a savings. Anyone that runs savings knows that in the financial department that makes a big difference.
Thank you. Also, municipalities don't always need formal shared service agreements to gain efficiencies and cost savings, but it can achieve both through cooperation with neighboring cities. This was the case with having some of your team members receive training to take the CDL license test. Can you explain to us how you did that?
The CDL program was just extraordinary for us, because we had a lot in our sewer department. We had lost a few workers, and we were going through changes because not many had CDL, and they were able to get their CDL license through the county, which we partnered with ACUA, Atlantic County Utilities Authority, so that the employees wouldn't have to travel far, because with the new state law you have to have 5 people to take the test. You have to have 5 to take the test, whereas we were doing it before the licensing, but now that it's state, that made a big difference for us to be able to, as a group, take the test and allow our employees to be able to have our public works director to have more choices with our employees.
Were you able to save any money with that? Were there any grant programs?
There was a grant program which we were able to save 50% of the savings of the cost of the classes to be able to get the training.
And that was
And
through
that was-
the Atlantic County
that was it.
Workforce Development Board?
Yes, it was.
Speaking of the Atlantic County Workforce Development Board, I know you worked with them for some summer help that you use in the summertime, Mayor?
Yes, we do for our youth, and that's a win-win program because they hire the summer help, which we wouldn't be able to do financially, and they give them work experience, so they get good work ethics, they learn a skill, and we're able to get work done during the summer that we wouldn't normally, because with the clean and leans and many of the other things that go on during the summer, the extra work, they come in handy because you don't have to be highly skilled to do that. And a couple of them we've hired back. We've hired back, and they're on our staff now. So it really does make a difference.
So it's a true win-win
A true win-win.
for you and the youth of
Yes.
the area.
Financially, experience, and for the city.
Mayor, you certainly have thoughts outside the box to save money and operate more efficiently. Are there any other shared service programs you have that you would like to talk to us about today?
Yes, there is another, the IT department that we're sharing with EHT. We had our in-house, and 2 years ago we started sharing with EHT for our IT department, and it makes such a difference as far as the efficiency, us getting everything done in time, and we're just happy with the service that they provide.
Great.
And it's a savings, a $30,000 a year savings.
Can't beat that. Same
can't beat it.
service, better service, and $30,000 cheaper.
Yes.
So we've talked about a few things, but I know there is one major one out there that you probably want us to talk to us about.
Yes.
You want to share that with us?
Yes, and that's our court. We're sharing that. We're sharing the service. We had an opportunity to go in with the consolidated court, which at that time wasn't a good fit for us. So we're sharing now with Atlantic City Court, and it's working out really, really well. They took our we were worried about the employees. They hired our employees, and we were just worried about the full service, because we're a full service community, and our residents, not being able to be served. But so far, there's been no complaints as far as us being over there, and it's such a savings. I don't have the dollar amount on that yet, but it's such a savings because before we did that, after COVID, when things changed so much, we were really, really in the red. So I'm happy about the court system that we're sharing with.
And one of the things that you did receive a grant from the Local Efficiency Achievement Program, known as LEAP, to help fund that startup cost to join in with Atlantic City.
Yes, and that was just, we probably wouldn't have been able to really do it without that.
So that's a great program.
Yes.
More cities should take advantage of it.
Yes.
So thanks for being with us today and explaining the efforts that you've taken on to become more efficient and save money and make Pleasantville a better and more affordable place to live. So thank you for your efforts.
Thank you, and thank you for just with the position you've been given. You've been out there. You've been out there trying to, really make us aware. Because before we weren't sharing services that much because the awareness just wasn't there. So, but you keep us aware. So I think now, and that I'm the mayor, and it was so many years ago, and the services that you're providing for us, that I can forgive you for all the bad calls that you made as a referee on my son.
On your son, okay. Yeah, you can join the group. There's a lot of people. You're not alone.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello, this is Tim Crusher, your Shared Service Coordinator for Atlantic County Government with our Shared Service Roadshow. Today we're in Ventnor with Mayor Tim Kriebel to discuss some of the shared service initiative Ventnor participates in and how these programs help save money, improve services, and enhance operational efficiency. Mayor, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Tim.
First, I want to congratulate Ventnor's success in securing multiple local efficiency achievement program grants, better known as LEAP. Ventnor has received several different grants, and want to congratulate you on being aggressive and applying for them. We're going to be talking to Commissioner Landgraf on some of them later this week, but one standout LEAP grant that you were awarded involves your Public Safety Department trailer. You want to tell us a little bit about that, what it is and what you use it for?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for spearheading this program and being part of it and focusing on Ventnor as benefiting from this. So our Public Safety Department, especially our fire chief, Mike Cahill, and our OEM director, Donna, they really do the hard work to get this project up and running. But the trailer that was given a $37,500 grant that's shared across Ventnor, Margate, and Longport, I believe. We utilize that not just for emergencies, which are very important. We've got large, we have a large structure fire, things where there's going to be long duration events. We need that trailer there as not just an office, but a technology center and a place to be secure and to coordinate multiple people, especially and even in our community events. We have large events like the Seafood Fest, and Margate uses it for their Beach Fest, where you have thousands of people that could need assistance. And now we have this trailer that is mobile, and we share it. We've also outfitted it ourselves, and every time a municipality uses it, they replenish what's in that, what needs to be replenished. So it really truly is a shared service and a shared facility for us.
Congratulations to you, Ventnor, Margate, and Longport,
Yeah.
for taking the initiative to do that. Also, Ventnor has also been very proactive in collaborating with your neighboring towns in public safety initiatives. Can you tell us how Ventnor has worked with your surrounding neighboring towns in public safety?
Well, it's a natural, organic progression of the shared services that we already provide for each other. We're always monitoring each other's radios and things of that nature. So it just makes sense that we share some of the financial burdens of operations and training that we all have to complete to be updated. So one of the things we have is this it's just recently been delivered. It's a forcible entry. It's a mock-up of a door that allows all Down Beach communities to train on, police and fire, to train on forcing entry into a domestic disturbance or something of that nature inside of a building. So this is a very valuable thing that you can't recreate, and it saves us trips out to the Canale Center. It's something local, and again, it also instills those shared training. You know, it's a small group, and there's other things that we do. I'll mention. We have the SCBA, which is our breathing apparatus for the fire department, and these are we've uniformly gone with the same type of pack for that breathing apparatus, and it's a highly technology. It's got Bluetooth for communication, and it has to be fitted on each individual firefighter. So now, as a shared service, we all calibrate that machine. We have a calibration machine so that these are up to date and efficient and safe. And then instead of renting the fitting device, each individual firefighter needs to be fitted with a special device. Instead of each individual municipality renting that device, we share that, and it saves us all, between the two, thousands of dollars over the year, and it's an ongoing process.
Well, again, congratulations, and I want to thank you for sharing with our listeners some things that Ventnor is doing that become more cost conscious and more efficient and using shared services. And again, congratulations on your proactive approach to funding for the league.
Thank you. These are things that would not happen, or they would be on our wish list if you hadn't have, proactively helped us get to these steps. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is Tim Kreischer, the Atlantic County Shared Service Coordinator with our Shared Service Roadshow. And today we're in the city of Absecon with Mayor Horton to talk about how Absecon recently took advantage of the LEAP program to benefit the taxpayers and the residents of Absecon. So thanks for being with us today, Mayor Horton.
Well, thank you, Tim. I'm so happy to be here with you to talk about this very, very important grant that we received. We view Dispatch Center as the heart of our safety, our public safety section here in Absecon. And when we were made aware that there was this grant available that we could possibly team up with the Township of Galloway and have a dispatch center that would have up-to-date equipment and the manpower that we think our community needed. So we worked on this. The grant we received, I'll pass it over to Jessica Thompson. She is our CFO and business administrator. She can talk about the figures, the facts and figures that we received in the grant.
Yes, so we were able to apply for the LEAP grant. I had become aware of the grant through communication that the Department of Community Affairs sends over on a regular basis, and when we were looking into the shared service with Galloway, it looked like an opportunity to take advantage of the grant. We were able to get awarded $201,364 in order to, assist with going through the process with Galloway, and we feel that we've had a good, successful relationship with them. I think that Jen Harvey, our IT director, can probably talk more specifically about how the program worked. But we've been in a relationship with them for 3 years now, and it's been very successful.
Jen, if you would like to talk about the details of how we coordinated this and made sure we had all the updated equipment and all the steps that you took to make sure this changeover was done efficiently and that seamlessly for our residents.
Sure. I mean, since everything has started, there was a lot of work going on behind the scenes as far as technology and setting up VPN tunnels for connection and just getting everybody on board with what was going to look like for a normal workflow. We certainly all gathered together and put together the finest pieces of equipment that would be used externally here at our station and as well as at Galloway. And we have meetings and get together and talk on a regular basis.
Well, thank you, Jen and Jessica, for giving us that information. Mary, you have anything else?
Yes, in summary, our city experienced a very favorable improvement in the quality of dispatch services and available resources to our community. The LEAP grant has encouraged us to have a closer network with strong communication between two cities and again, those valuable resources. We have found that to be a win-win situation for our community and also for Galloway. Thank you, Tim.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to Absecon on receiving the LEAP grant, and good luck with your relationship with Galloway. I'm sure knowing the people in Galloway will be beneficial to both parties. So again, congratulations, and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Hello, this is Tim Kreischer, the Shared Service Coordinator for Atlantic County Government with our Shared Service Roadshow. Today we're in Egg Harbor Township with Mayor Fromer and some of her team members to discuss some of the shared service initiatives in Egg Harbor Township and how these programs have helped save money, improve services, and improved operational efficiency. Mayor, thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, Tim.
And congratulations on Egg Harbor Township receiving a large LEAP grant.
$400,000.
$400,000 to partner with your Board of Education
Yes,
for a shared service agreement. Can you tell our listeners about that?
I absolutely can. We have an agreement now with the schools. They put in 5 separate fields in the backside of their property. We provided lights for 3 of those fields. And on those fields, our kids, after 5:30 at night, our clubs and our recreational teams have full access to those fields. It allows the township to take better care of our other fields. We can now rest fields because we have a spot to put our kids. And for us, that is a huge savings because if you can't rest fields, they just deteriorate. So that has helped us immensely.
Well, congratulations. Elected officials, when they think about shared services, look to other municipalities, other cities to enter into shared service agreements. They often forget about partnering with their school districts. So congratulations for thinking out of the box and partnering with your Board of Education in order to provide better fields and more time for your recreation programs.
It does, and our fields and our recreation programs are the feeder programs to the high school. So it keeps our kids in town and shows them where they're gonna get to play when they're in high school.
Great program. Egg Harbor Township also has several other shared service agreements. I think you told me you had like 13.
We have 13 separate shared services agreements.
You want to share with us some of those and how they've worked for you?
I absolutely would. We can stay with the schools for a little bit. We do all the trash pickup at the schools, and we provide class 3 officers for security in the schools, and that both those things are working very well. We have 2 services with Atlantic County, and one of them is the Central Municipal Court. We were one of the founding members, so to speak, for that court, and that's worked well for Egg Harbor Township. It's provided us cost savings, but centralization of services, and has helped, I think, us and our citizens. We also, with the county, offer a nutrition site at our community center that is used by the seniors during the day, and that's a benefit for our local seniors and for the ones in the surrounding communities. We have EMS services with the city of Summers Point. We have dispatching services with Northfield, Linwood, Summers Point, no, not Summers Point, Longport and Pleasantville. We provide IT services to Pleasantville and Longport, if I'm not mistaken on that one. And for us, it works.
So you've been very proactive in looking for opportunities to save money and
We
help
absolutely
other
have.
municipalities.
And I think it helps all of us, because what it does, we've been doing shared services since 2012. So we've been in this game a while. What it provides us is revenue to expand our operations, for example, in dispatch. And what it provides the communities that we serve is to have something centralized. They don't have to provide, that's a huge cost to any municipality to put in dispatch service. So if we all do it out of here, we can upgrade our services to provide all of us a better service. So for me, it works great.
Congratulations. And also, I know you partnered with Longport on another shared service agreement for floodplain management.
We have, but I'm going to turn that one over to, can I introduce
Sure.
our two, let's start with Tom D'Antino. He is our township administrator. Pat Nachione is our,
Is it anything?
and Pat Nachione is our construction official. And I'm going to turn that question over to Pat.
Pat, I know we worked on that Forerunner
Yes.
software plane, so if you can tell our listeners a little bit about it and how it helps you in, I think not only maybe in floodplain management, but in construction office as well. So.
It's been a great help to myself and the residents of Egg Harbor Township, because before everything was done with paper maps, and I would receive a lot of phone calls, especially from real estate agents, homeowners trying to sell their property or buy their property. They're from out of town. Is this house in a flood zone, not a flood zone? Well, we have that program posted on our website now, and they plug it in and all the information they need comes right up. And it's a great help for me. So instead of pulling out, we had, in Egg Harbor Township, things were so big, we had 27 FEMA maps that you would have to go to, 27 different pages. So you got to figure out what part of the town, and they're not in order. It's not like a tax map where it goes around the town. It's like you could be here as panel 1, and then right next to it is panel 27. So it was a little confusing and not the most efficient thing. But since we've gotten the Forerunner program, even myself, I haven't pulled out those maps in 2.5 years now. I go right to that program and I look the property up, and it's nice too because it even brings like a little the latest Google picture with the house there, so you know you're looking at the right house too on top of it. It's been a great program. It's saved a lot of time, and I'd have to say probably my calls as far as floodplain probably been cut in half, like 50%. So, most of, especially the real estate agents, they know the program after, when we first got on board and we told them that we were using it, and they're really using it now. And, I don't get half as many, if there's something they don't understand, like we have a lot of properties their properties are actually in 3 different zones. And we're like, well, which one do I use? And I was like, well, you use where the actual house is, not where the rest of it is. So. And we even have that with some properties where the back of their property is in a flood zone, but the house isn't. It's up to the front of the property, which is higher. So they're kind of the questions I field now, the ones like that where they don't really know how to interpret the map because they're not used to it.
So it's a big time saver for you, made you much more efficient.
Time-wise, and that's something we can all use right now, in the office, so
Well, congratulations and thanks for participating in that program.
thanks.
Tom, would you like to give some additional information on the LEAP grant?
Absolutely, Mayor. With regards to the application process, there's a part in there where they ask for a cost savings estimate to both the township and the Board of Education. After doing some math and allocations, figured out to be both are going to save approximately $203,000 over the course of the 5-year shared service agreement that we have with them. That's definitely a benefit to both us and the Board of Education.
So not only in dollars and cents, but in field and opportunities for the youth of Egg Harbor Township to participate in more recreational programs and
Absolutely, and
have first-class facilities.
And as the mayor said, our soccer program's the biggest around. We have up to 1,000 kids in our soccer program in the township. So it's a tremendous, tremendous thing.
Well, Mayor, thanks for being with us today and bringing members of your team to share with us some of your experiences with shared services. And certainly sounds like Egg Harbor Township is out in the forefront in shared services. So I thank you for doing that and encourage all the municipalities to try to follow EHT's lead in shared services. But thank you for being with us, and again, congratulations on your $400,000 grant.
Thank you, and thank you for coming here. We appreciate it.
Hello, this is Tim Kreischer, Atlantic County Shared Service Coordinator. We're here with our Shared Service Roadshow. Earlier this week, we were in Ventnor to speak with Mayor Kriebel about LEAP grants that the city received in the public safety world. And today we're here with Commissioner Lance Landgraf, Commissioner of Public Works, to talk to us about some of the shared services that they do in Ventnor and his department. First, let me congratulate you on being so proactive. You and Mayor Kriebel and Commissioner Mento, you have received numerous LEAP grants to save money and operate more efficiently. So thank you and congratulations on
Appreciate that. Thank you, Mayor.
Recently, you received the LEAP award for a brine truck, or
Yes.
you want to explain to our
So
listeners?
sure, it's sitting behind us here. I know you've got some video of it. So we got a nice dump truck as part of the deal, and then we got a brining machine that sits in the back, in the bed of the dump truck, that allows us to pre-treat our roadways, not just ours. It is a LEAP grant for shared services. So we use this to brine the roads in Ventnor, Margate, and Longport. We hit all the county roads in our communities, and then we add some streets in each town that town has requested. We do some sharing of responsibility of paying for the brining. The truck works great. We used it last year in several storms. We hit Atlantic Avenue in the 3 towns, which is a municipal street. We hit Ventnor Avenue, which is our main county thoroughfare, Dorset Avenue, Wellington. We also hit Winchester and Monmouth Avenues in all 3 communities, because those are kind of our local roadways. You know it, you live here. They're the roads we locals use to get around. The pre-treating really helps our guys with the removal of snow, prevents a lot of icing when we do get the ice storms. So it's really been a great tool for us to use, and sharing the service is the way to go. I mean, with the county participating, it didn't cost us very much to get this piece of equipment, and it's been great so far.
And do you use a truck in other times in the winter?
We do.
When you're not brining?
We're not brining. We use it as a dump truck. The brining machine is easily lifted off. We can dual use that dump truck. Excuse me. We have dumpsters over there. We're just talking about those. But the dump truck for trash removal sometimes. We are planning on adding some plantings to our commercial areas. So we're going to actually get a tub, container to hold water, and be able to spray and irrigate some of those plantings that we're hopeful by next spring.
Good luck with that.
Appreciate
Do you
it.
have any other shared service agreements
We do,
that
quite
you
a-
want to share with us?
Quite a bit. So our biggest one is obviously our trash removal. Atlantic County Utilities Authority, we have an agreement with them that they pick up our trash and recycling and our yard waste twice a week. Or they come on Tuesdays for trash and recycling, and they come twice a month for yard waste. So that's a huge thing for us. We also we use ACUA for our social media. Got to be on social media these days or you're nowhere. So we use Sarah Varellis and her skills as a shared service to help us with our website and things of that nature. Social media as well. We also have, it's not Public Works, but in our code office, we have our floodplain management system, which is the Forerunner system. That was also a shared service that I believe Margate and Longport also use as well.
Longport, Summers Point, Egg Harbor Township,
Yep.
Pleasantville.
It's a good system, helps us monitor that, and helps us with our CRS rating, which is critical to our insurance for our residents in the flood-prone areas. We also have an ACIA-led paint inspections shared service with you guys. That hit us all rather quickly. The county stepped up, came to all the municipalities and said, hey, look, we're going to help with this. And that's been very helpful on our side to get those inspections done for rental properties, because it's required. It's a fast turnaround. We also have an agreement with Margate for one of our pump stations on Ventnor Gardens Plaza. Water drains from Margate into Ventnor, so that pump station there on Ventnor Gardens Plaza is shared by both communities, and they help us pay the maintenance on it. That was a county and actually FEMA improvement that everybody kind of paid for, and then we maintain it with Margate.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a good project. It's a good project, and it helps that area. We're actually looking to upgrade those pumps already. I think they've been in 7 or 8 years now, and we need to upgrade them and replace some of those. There's some other shared services with Margate. We do a pool of engineers where we hire a group of 6 every year that specialize in different things that we need for our municipal engineering, different projects and things. It saves us the effort with just joint services with Margate. Instead of us all having different engineers, we have the same group, and it works well for us. Plus, they know what we're doing, and we know what they're doing a little bit, so it kind of keeps us all honest, right?
Yeah. Good neighborly
Exactly.
interactions.
Did I mention we beat them in pickleball this year?
No, but I did see that. Congratulations. That's probably what we should have started off with.
Right, and we should
talk
have.
about burying the lead. We should have talked about that first.
We should have definitely done that. It was a fun day with Mike and Kathy Moore. We had a good time with them.
So, well, we want to thank you for being with us. Congratulations
Thank you.
again on your shared service or your LEAP grant award for the brine truck, and thank you for all you do in shared services to help save Ventnor money and operate efficiently.
Keep bringing them to us. We'll try and get more of them.
Before I just got an email from Commissioner Preble to send him my contact information.
Awesome. Great.
All right, thanks for being with
Thanks,
us,
Mayor.
Commissioner.
Appreciate it.
Hello, this is Tim Kreischer, the Atlantic County Shared Services Coordinator, and I'm here today in Northfield Public Works Facility with James Lanham, who's the Supervisor of Roads here in Atlantic County. Thanks, James, for being with us today and talking about some things. I know Atlantic County recently received a local efficiency achievement grant for $64,000 to buy attenuators and arrow boards.
Yes.
So I know many of our listeners probably don't know what an attenuator is. Can you explain to our listeners exactly what attenuator is?
Yeah, we use our crash attenuator for road safety purposes, to protect our road crews, to protect property, and to protect the motoring public from any hazards that may occur while we're doing our operations on the road.
That protects you from any errant drivers that
Yes,
aren't
errant
paying
drivers.
attention. Thanks for explaining that to our listeners, James. I'm sure many people didn't even know what an attenuator was. Can you tell our listeners what type of projects that you use the attenuator for?
Yeah, we use the attenuators for road work that we do, such as hot asphalt patching or potholes. In some cases, we use it for line striping and other road work. In some cases, Boys and Girl Scouts have even used the attenuator to pick up trash along the roads on weekends.
So to qualify for the shared service grant, you need to have shared service agreements with other government entities. Do you have shared service agreements with other towns?
Yes, we do have shared service agreements with 12 other towns in Atlantic County.
And they can use this whenever they need it? And do you charge them for it, or is
Yes.
it no cost?
We can loan them out to the municipalities at no cost. They can borrow them as long as they need. What we will have to do is just check our scheduling, and all they have to do is just give us a call at dispatch, and we'll see what we have available for it, and then we sign it out to use them as a loan, and they sign it right back in when they return it.
So I believe you have the 12 towns are Mullica, Hamilton, Margate, Egg Harbor City, Brigantine, Northfield, Buena Vista Township, Absecon, Linwood, Pleasantville, Ventnor, or Folsom. So they can just call you up and get this great piece of equipment that
Yes.
protects their equipment and, more important, their road crew anytime that they need it at no cost.
Yes, it's a great device to use and it's available because a lot of the municipalities don't have this accessible, and we have it accessible for them to use at their leisure.
So a municipality doesn't have to spend all the money to have it
Right.
sit in their yard
Yes, it's
90% of the time and use it 10%. You make it available to them on an as-needed basis at
Yes.
no cost. So it's really a win-win for everybody,
Yes, indeed.
including the work crew. So I want to
Indeed.
thank you for this shared service initiative, and most of all, thank you for saving lives. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. LEAP guidelines and applications are on the Department of Community Affairs website and accessed through the Systems to Administer Grants Electronically, known as SAGE. If you're interested in the Local Efficiency Achievement Program, LEAP, I would be willing to meet with you to explain the process and discuss any ideas you may have. I am also available to assist with you in the writing of the grant, provide you templates for the resolution for both lead and participating entities, and assist you in finding partners for shared service agreements. In addition, if you have any questions or ideas for shared services, please call me at 609-464-3868. Again, that's 609-464-3868. Again, thanks to those elected officials who have shared their successes with us, and thanks to those who took the time to watch our video.